Welcome to our first presentation in Education 270. I wanted to take you on a tour quickly of how to access our presentations each week because they're a little unique, and honestly my presentations are a little different from maybe some other presentations you've done in online courses. So each week there'll be an introduction video, a little shorter than this one. But at the start of the week, you should preview the video so you know what you should be doing inside the presentation because there's a lot of active involvement. This week has a little less than the weeks to come, but I thought I'd start you off easy. So the first thing you need to do is go into D2L and you'll look for the part of the week that we're on. So we are on week 1, part 1, because it's the first part of the week. Your weeks will run Monday and Friday, and that will be listed over here in the calendar, but I'm just going to keep it on a Monday-Friday schedule. The only exception is the first week, which we didn't have class on Monday, so it will be Tuesday and Friday this week. But the rest of the time, it'll be a Monday-Friday. You should check in every Monday and every Friday. So go into week 1, part 1. You'll click on that. And then you'll see a list of the things that you'll need to cover for the week. So this week, we always start with a presentation, and that's Essential Teachers of Reading. The topic will be listed on your course schedule on the syllabus. Then we have a project that I'll be introducing this week and the video that goes along with that project. And then last, we have a journal drop box, and that will be every week you'll have a journal drop box. Most weeks you'll also have 2 additional drop boxes. One will be for a weekly literature sharing activity and one will be for your online participation activities. This week I kept that simple and so we'll start with just 1 drop box this week. What I need you to do next is to click on the presentation and it will load for you since it's embedded. And you can view it through here, but that would be silly because it's very tiny. So what I need you to do is 2 things. Number 1, kind of backing up, you want to make sure that you are opening your presentations in Google Chrome if possible. Google Chrome is a Google-sponsored web browser, and since I use Google Slides primarily for our presentations, you will have much more success and less complication if you work through Google Chrome. I have viewed them fine in Safari and Explorer and Firefox, but I found that recently, especially since they're embedded in D2L, it complicates it a little bit. So if you have the ability to download Google Chrome, it's free online. Download that and work through Google Chrome for this course. What I want you to do is when you open up this little presentation, you want to go over where it says Google Slides and click on that. And what that will do for you is that'll bring you to a bigger version of it, and you will then go up here to present. Now I'm logged in as excuse me, the administrator on this presentation, so yours may look a little bit different, but it'll still take you want to present, and I'm going to take you out of full screen so you can see everything. All right, so this is our presentation. It always has an introduction, and you'll just move through the slides. I have every time that I share a presentation with you, I'll start with a weekly class message. This is what I did in my own elementary classroom because I wanted every morning we had a morning meeting, and it was a way to start off our day. And we also practiced a lot of literacy skills, and we'll kind of revisit that as the semester goes on. But at the end of every weekly message, there is a journal, and this will be your responsive journal for the week. And whatever I want you to respond on is introduced in this slide. So you can see right here we have 2 kind of questions that I want you to think about as you go through the presentation. Now, if you would like this presentation read to you, like I would read it in my own classroom, there's a little audio button here. Over the course of the semester, you'll see audio buttons everywhere. They do take you to an external link, but sometimes I do need you to listen to them. With the weekly class message, you do not have to listen to them because I'm just reading. But if you see those on another slide, you should click on that speaker and listen to my little sharing. But if you'd like to, you can click on it right there. keep going through the presentation. We're going to start with a brainstorming session. And what I want you to do is click on this link and it will take you into what we call a collaborative corkboard. Now, the platform that I'm using for our corkboard is a program called Padlet, and Padlet we will use all semester. We'll use it several times in each presentation. So just sign up for Padlet when you click into it on here. Get yourself an account. It's free, and get used to using it. We'll use it over the course of the semester. For this slide, you'll read the question and watch the video and think about how literacy has changed in the 21st century. And then on the next slide, slide 5, we're going to think about teachers of reading. And I pose a question to you. Actually, I pose 3 questions to you. And I want you to think about those, look at the 4 components of reading, and then click on right here on this graphic, and it will take you into a short discussion activity. Now, this is a time for you to participate in a poll. This is a poll through polleverywhere.com, and we'll have these from time to time. What I'd like you to do is, after you do the slide, the previous slide, I'd like you to think about who is the best teacher of reading to young children. And what you'll do is you can go right here to this website and click on the link, or you can just text. And when you text, you put the code that's in red as your answer, as your message on your cell phone, and this would be the text phone number. And then your vote will immediately, like magic, go right in, and you'll see it. Right now there's no votes logged in. Okay. All right, on our next slide, slide 7, we're going to look at approaches to teaching literacy, and this is an introduction to what we will kind of build on for the rest of the semester. What I'd like you to do is click on the chart, and you'll hear a little lecture and information about this chart, and then come back and think about what reminds you most of the way you learned to read, and which approach would you use in your own classroom. And we'll revisit this at the end of the semester to see if you've changed your mind. But these are the answers that are going to help you give a nice content-rich journal entry today. So think about those as you go through our presentation. Next, we're going to do a little game. It's a matching activity, and I've kept it simple. Sometimes for our matching activities, I'll have you print something, but for today, what I'd like you to do is look at the 5 types of literacy instruction. These are 5 things that you might do in a classroom to teach literacy. And at the bottom in the blue are the descriptors. I would just like you to jot down your answers. Which guided reading is which blue box? Basal reading is which blue box? Make just a general note, and then if you click on this purple box, it will take you into a little explanation and give you your answers, and you can see how you did on the sort. Slide 9 just talks about balanced literacy, and I'm going to refer you into your book, so just follow the directions on that slide. And then I want you to come back and make a connection to yourself. One of the ways that we show true learning is when we take new information and we connect it to our own lives. So what I'd like you to do is think about the 3 questions on the left side of the page, and when you think you know the answers that you'd like to share, click on the Making Connections box, and that will take you into another one of those Padlet sites where you're going to share answers. I read those Padlet sites, I comment on them, and they are part of your online participation points, so make sure that you're taking the time to do that. Since we're online, that's how I know you're participating. Slide 11, or whatever is our last slide, will always tell you what to do for next week. So in a sense, it's your homework. So for week 1, part 1, your job is to write an answer to the journal entry, and those are the 2 questions that you'll answer. The directions for your journal entry are right beneath the presentation on D2L. In that week 1, part 1, there is the project sheet that introduces it to you, and then there's a video explaining the project. So you'll want to go there next. Also for next time, read chapter 1, which is what I just covered, and this will kind of catch you up to that. And then read pages 247 to 264 in Chapter 9, and this will get you ready for Week 1, Part 2, which is considered next week's presentation. That's how a presentation looks in my course. Remember, at the start of every week or part of a week, you will have one of these little introduction videos. Please take the time to view them. I know they take about 5 or 6 minutes, but they will give you that guide of what do I do today, because it will change from time to time and it will be slightly confusing until you get used to the format that I use for this class. I hope you get a lot out of these presentations. They're very interactive, but it's the way that I know you're learning, and it's what we'd be doing if we were face-to-face. So hang in there, and hopefully you'll learn a lot and enjoy these presentations.